Welcome to Whisky.com, where fine spirits meet. My name is Horst Lüning, and I'm the master taster of Whisky.com. Yesterday I tasted the Springbank 10-year-old, the standard bottling of the Springbank distillery, and in this video I told you a lot about the production process of the 3 stills of Springbank, of the completely manual process inside the distillery from the germination of the malt until the bottling process, which is also done on premise at Springbank. And today we look at the more expensive and older bottle, the Springbank 15-year-old. And if I remember right, then I have tasted already the 21-year-old Springbank, which is a very, very expensive, intense, old, matured single malt whiskey. Here's the video for it. And this one gives you an idea how this old single malt whiskey from Springbank might taste. Not all connoisseurs have 300 euros in their pocket for a 21-year-old Springbank. So this 15-year-old Springbank is much cheaper, and I think you will be able to buy it around 50 euros, $60, around this amount of money. This 15-year-old has also 46% ABV, but the cask selection is a little different to the 10-year-old. The 10-year-old has mostly ex-bourbon cask for maturation, and the 15-year-old has a significant amount of old sherry casks in the mixing of the casks. Be careful, if you mix casks from a single distillery, then the whiskey is still called a single malt whiskey. So the mixing of the casks gives you a batch and an average of the taste of the distillery. And if you have a certain amount of ex-sherry casks and a certain amount of ex-bourbon casks, which mix together, you will have the influence of both casks inside this bottle. So there is the task for the master blender inside the distillery to select the right casks to give you a consistent taste of the 15-year-old. And I have to say, from year to year, the 15-year-old single malt whiskey became better. The single malt whiskey from Springbank are partly smoky. 6 hours in the drying period of the malt is done with smoke, with peat on the fire, so that smoke rises to the barley, and the barley is covered with phenols, and those phenols go through the production process, even through the distillation, and the resulting whiskey is smoky, has a smoky nose. The longer a whiskey matures in a cask, the more this smoky character is oxidized and converted into complex aromas, and the smokiness isn't that intense after years and years. Here I have a small bottle, and this bottle carries, I think, the new label of the 15-year-old, and this bottle, I think, is a bottle 2 or 3 years old. The card box is a little bit worn. I'm sorry about that. But this is a brand new one. The label of the Springbank bottles changes a lot. So the collectors, Springbank has a lot of collectors out in the world, and they are looking for all those different labels from the past. And even the new black label on the bottles has changed over time, and this miniature with the golden round emblem on it, like a cask end, yeah, is quite new, and the 15-year-old writing is in green. Perhaps sometime it will be in red. You don't know. It's something for the collectors. And if you look in the net, you find, yeah, a lot of collections and hints about how old a bottle is when it was produced and so on. A definite smoky nose, but not that intense like the whiskies from the Isle of Islay. No. Below the smoke, you're already able to taste a little sweet sherry. The smoke of the 15-year-old has a little bit more of a medicinal character. In contrast to the 10-year-old, I presented yesterday. This one has a more medicinal character, and the 10-year-old is more like a clean firewood, clean fire. The smoke of a clean fire. The people say this whiskey tastes peaty. No. Sorry. Bullshit. Peat, if you have a piece of peat and you smell on this piece of peat, you won't smell anything. There's nothing in it. There are old plants, residues of plants, and perhaps there's a little bit of sourness in it because of the acids from the rotten plants. If you put this peat on fire, then you have smoke, and this smoke goes into the barley and will finish in the glass. And people say this is smoky and this is peaty, and really they mean this is a clean smoke or a medicinal smoke. So whenever you hear peaty, translate it in your mind into medicinal smoke. And if you hear it's smoky, then it's a clean smoke, a dry smoke. And this one has a little bit more of medicinal character. And sweet, dark fruits appear. A little bit of the sea. Fruits and sweetness. Full, and the spiciness from the 10-year-old is in balance with a light sweetness. From the sherry cask in the back, there's the oakiness, which brings this plain chocolate with a slight bitterness. Long and spicy in the aftertaste. And whenever you have the chance to decide if you want to buy the 10-year-old or the 15-year-old, okay, the 15-year-old is 15, 20 euros or dollars more expensive, but it's worth it. Yeah, very good. It's very rewarding, the complexness in your mouth, or the sweetness and the spiciness and the oakiness, and on top there's the smoke, the peat smoke. It's a very, very complex aroma. It's very, very rewarding. I like it very much. Thank you for watching Whisky.com, and please stay tuned. There's more to come, and if you like this video, give me a thumb up. Thank you for watching.